Hi everyone, we're officially recording. So, welcome to the show and tell for Jammin. For April, show and tell is a small event we do at the second to last Saturday of the month, just so that devs, game creators of all kinds could share what the latest things they're working on, talk about it, get some feedback, of course, and just kind of have the encouragement to keep going. We know these, especially if you work in a silo, it can be hard, and sharing kind of helps spurs that continuous work. So yeah, we don't want to stay too long and just say reminder the format. Share your screen or just talk it out. Take about 5 minutes to present something. When you reach about 4 minutes, just give like a short, just chime in to say like, hey, time. You just like have 1 minute remaining, and then we just kind of go through the chats and just talk it out in the group for any feedback or questions, especially. And Kendall, I think you're first up, so take it away.
Right, everybody hear me?
Yeah, sounds good, man. Sounds good.
See if my screen sharing in the first place here. I see my screen. No?
Yep, I can see the game. Oops.
Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah. All right. So been kind of working on this game over the pandemic. I really trying to get into like two-player multiplayer games and stuff. And I using HTML5 in to build most of my games. So I'm building my games like as though like his website. And this game was built off of the real life scenario game Global. I've tried to focus it on it for mobile, all right? But with Google apps feature, could actually, which is something I stumbled upon, because of the Google app feature and apps and stuff, Chrome extensions, Google Chrome, you could actually run it in as a Chrome app on the desktop and stuff like that. So what's supposed to happen really, when you start, you are supposed to, it will ask you to download the game or install the game as an app on your phone, right? Now I just using the desktop here, just to share the screen. When you install it and stuff like that, you have to start over the game, which is kind of a quirks in the desktop, but on mobile, it will download to your home screen, and then you will be able to launch it as a like a regular app. You will then be wanted to enter a code for start a new game, got a code, and then you share the code with your other partner. Now I have the game installed on one of my phones, so I'm doing it. I have the code and everything on my mobile phone. I'm just using it here to launch it, right? So it'll take a little while to load. But, I've been connecting already. Yeah, boy.
Sorry, I need to behave myself. I apologize for that.
That's one thing. Yeah. I just running it on a basic server now, so when you get the free tier service, it will be as robust in real time as I would like it to be. All right. So just bear with me here too. Already supposed to happen is on connecting and entering the code. Supposed to connect to the other player, and both will actually have like a screen begin the game. Let me see if I can start over the connection. All right. Yeah. So put the game here. CPP. Right. So right now I have my phone connected and this desktop app connected, and the game is more or less beginning to play. Now it's just like I don't know if what you're hearing the audio and stuff like that, but the aim of obviously is to pull the other opponent over to the other side. But on mobile, what it would just be is to just get the line or the most part of the screen, just like in pull a wall in tug of war, and whoever has the most percentage of the half of the field is the winner. And it's like a 2 or 3 rounds. I using
1 minute,
like
right?
yeah. So I using like for mobile, I using like the touch. So you have to actually like swipe any direction of the arrow. When you press and hold will actually give you a timer so that you could hold from actually getting the opponent to actually try to pull you over. All right, and it only lasts for like 5 seconds. So the winner is like the person who has, like I said, has the most percentage of the screen within the time limit. Just a 2-player for now. I'm trying to do it so that you could have like multiple players and stuff like that. So that's like it's like my game day.
Well, it's cool actually, I think. Yeah. I think I put a couple of questions. Do you check like the show and tell chat? And just take like a moment to run through it.
Show and tell chat. HTML5. Well, I just did it with pure vanilla JS, but for the real time connectivity, I using Colossus real time server. Who they're hosting and are using their JS library, but everything was done basically in HTML and JavaScript. I didn't use Canvas. So it's literally divs and CSS doing everything there. How you managing the multiplayer? Well, no, not WebSockets are using. I was thinking about using WebSockets, but I wanted to kind of learn Colossus and use it as a platform. So they already have the infrastructure there already. So I decided to use that. How would an odd number of players work out? Well, Colossus handles all the arena game multiplayer features. So what would really happen is that every time someone puts a new game, they will just connect to an available player or an available room, as they just put it, and it will just start the game. Canvas, I find like when you're doing games with Canvas, it really depends on the type of game. Like for instance, like if you're doing 3D games, I think you use Canvas there for that. Or like more complex games and stuff with a lot of physics. But this game, I didn't think really called for using it. The attributes of the game is basically to just move the line across to one side or the next, and using actual controls and gestures that you would use in not only a phone but the regular um, desktop website. Being able to drop and drag kind of stuff, scenarios, and it made kind of more sense, and it was easier to put together in terms of that. CSS transitions, I should say, helped a lot in doing that. I did use, I did use like some JS library, like let's say like a timer function, a timer library. And I did use a gesture library to handle at least the drag and drops and touch scenarios. But everything else was more or less a vanilla JS in order to put the whole game mechanics then together. The plan is to try to get it to be more than a 2-player scenario. We have multiple players joining in and stuff like that with an odd, even though with odd even numbers on both sides. But I just wanted to get the basics down and give it a test run to see how it would really work. There's some bugs in it a little bit. One of the things I didn't like was that having to download and install it first before you actually play it, rather than playing it in the browser and stuff one time, because the gestures and stuff, especially with the new iPhones, the new iOS software, there were some quirks in keeping the browser full screen now. So yeah, had to force the user to actually download the game onto their home screen, which would open up as a standalone app. It's cool to do it, but I didn't want to have to force the user to do that.
I think I know it's probably not related, but as a developer, I've never had a good time developing and working with iOS and their rules and constraints. So I feel the pain there.
Yeah, boy, it was hard, but I got it to work. I think the unique problem I have now is to actually do it for browsers other than Safari and Chrome.
Mm-hmm. I think one thing thanks for that, by the way. I guess just to go on that, iOS Safari mobile is very tricky with CSS transitions. It's some cases remarkably different from other browsers. I'll just leave it with that. But thanks a lot, Kenny. That was a very good start to this. Very cool.
Yeah.
Thanks. I think next on the list, it's actually me. Okay. So this is not nepotism. I'll share my screen. And I have to put my timer on. Yeah, I've actually been kind of busy these last few days, to be honest. So I'm putting this stuff in the Candy assets first. No pun intended for the last presenter, but they actually, I like them because they're free assets. And I think like a long time ago, like I bought their tool Asset Forge, just like as a way to support them really. And Asset Forge is basically 3D modeling, but like Lego. So this is like super duper powerful stuff here. Like it, yeah, like can't find the actual things, but yeah, it's like a wing or something like that. You could just put stuff here and just snap together, like whatever. As a horrible example, but like essentially, like it's really cool to just kind of get 3D models really quickly. And I'm doing a lot more 3D stuff now in particular. So like things like that kind of get like this was not hard to make like a little house and railway and like a stairs. And this game will come out probably by next month or so. And it's nice. Like even exporting to Unity is not bad. There are some things like workflow wise I'm trying to figure out. So I started to make this super kind of micro game as a way to do it. Yeah, it's I think to be fair, it kind of serve its purpose. I did a little bit more transition stuff. I just tried to like design levels, small levels in Asset Forge and put them into Unity and see how that works out. So like things like that, like a simple concept. You go there. After I have a few more levels I created. Yeah, it's just like really chill stuff. So that's actually been fun to kind of play with 3D things, try to. There are probably a few things in this workflow with level design I want to improve, but that actually has been like a fun experience. So hopefully by next week, I'll work out all the things I have with Asset Forge and Unity and have like a real efficient, quick workflow. Maybe just write a few scripts to change some things. But that's come together. And otherwise, yeah, aside from that, I've been trying to do better with promoting work on social media. So all like my new magical voxel art stuff will kind of come up here and these kind of things. And to be honest, like I've been really busy. I'm writing a book on JavaScript actually. And the last project I kind of teaching people how to use like JavaScript classes and kind of going in depth with them and this kind of orbit speed simulation with the solar system and stuff with Canvas and stuff. So like it's been some really, really busy times with a lot of Unity because of my current job needs Unity. So I've been just doing a bit of re-education so that I can perform well in my current role and a little JavaScript love in between. And yeah, good times, good fun times. And I think that's it for me actually. Well, more things are coming, but that's it for me. Oh, the book actually is pretty cool. I think like one thing about the book that I like is I really hate a lot of tutorials I use. One sometimes tutorials that are deep are way too long. Like honestly, I don't need to know how to like for example, even for Unity stuff, like you have a tutorial to that's make a game and it's 7 hours long. Like I don't probably need to know everything about making a game to be 7 hours long. I probably need to know one or two mechanics. I also like I'm also like not like a super junior developer. So I think people like me, aside from showing me what to do, I need to know how to think to solve my own problems. Like, don't just give me fish, teach me how to fish. So like the book is the book I'm writing. I don't want to like, yeah, I even know. I can probably share maybe like a little bit. Essentially, it's like I show you like every time I teach you something, like I taught. So this is my third lesson with classes. I also like taught like using let and const as variables, and I taught the new arrow functions. I'm pretty much teaching you a project, and then if you want to, I give you a lot of content on how to go in depth with it, like super in depth. That I feel like for me that's like the middle ground where I think I want. So I'm pretty happy with that. And like the how versatile is your scripting for like that? Oh, so actually I could still have a couple of minutes for talking time. So I'll do like a quick share. Um
Yeah, there are many things I hate about tutorials nowadays. I don't need to know everything about it. I just need to know the one thing that I came for.
yeah, respect my time. For real, like respect my time now. You know? So yeah, I'll
Without
just give you a quick share. Like, Kenny, like this thing is not hard. Actually, the orbit speed is actually taken from like this university here. I just kind of put the coefficients here. So the one thing about the simulation is that I don't have the scale because the sun is super massive. I'm not pretending to have that scale. But yeah, the orbit speeds, you can just change the orbit speed here and that'll tell you how much, but it's meant to like if Earth is one, these are the proportions of the other planets in comparison to Earth. So like yeah, that's it. It's like a really small like thing. The more important thing is aside from canvas is like to show them classes and inheritors and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the vibe behind it.
interesting.
And I think yeah, I think that's just about me and my time as well. So I think that's good. Um All right, so we'll keep it moving. So far, so good.
What does
Jesse,
he
I
have?
think you're up next. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everybody. Yes. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to present it. So basically, so for today's show and tell, I'm just going to present an update to my game, The Legend of the Bell Remastered version. Let me just share my screen real quick. Get this one? Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Okay. All right. So wait. Okay. So this is the door level. Hold on. Never mind. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me just yeah, just my mic kind of finicky here, so let me just hold on a little bit. Yes. Okay. I just need to wing it then. Need to wing it here. Alright. So the door is fixed. So that's that. Now in the game that I did to submit the jam, the problem with the door is that there's a big bug, and that because of how I designed the logic of the door. Now, originally I tried using true and false, but I realized that when I use true and false, it didn't really work as good. Sometimes it tends to give a little bit of trouble. So I'm like, you know what? So what I did is I used numbers. So, for example, gosh, why is my mic not working? Hold on. Why is my mic not working? I mean, why is my mouse not working?
Oh, I was like, I think your mic is fine. Yeah.
No, not my mic, but my mouse not working really.
So cool.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. Sorry about that. I just need to restart this thing here. Yes, let me just give me 1 moment to fix my mouse. Hold on a bit. Settings.
I think he could make good use of my Aduboimo script right now.
Yes, so let me just fix my mouse real quick. So sorry about that. That's an issue of something. No mouse option. Why is it? Why am I mouse not working? Okay. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm not sure what happened with my mouse here, so I'm just going to delay it. So if someone wants to present after me, they can until I fix the technical issues. So yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think that's fair. Sorry to hear about your troubles, man.
That's okay. And just some
yeah.
technical issues I need to fix real quick. So if someone wants to take over while I fix it, that would be great. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think no, I think Leah was next. Not sure if he was able to make it. I know, and I guess I know Glenn, you're here to chime in and stuff. Do you want to present as well? Okay. Um. Actually, I guess yeah. So Jesse, although we waiting for you, I know Kenny, you had another game as well. And I have something else I could work on too. Do you want to share your stuff? The other game, Kenny?
Well, when in doubt, we could just
Sure. Yeah, sorry,
come in
I
here.
was my mic was not my mic was off. I talking and my mic was.
No, I don't judge people. I can't force anyone to like me or want to talk to me. That's okay. That's okay. Jokes aside, yeah. I know you got next month. So I was like, oh well, you might as well share that as well as I hear.
All right. Let me share my
If you
screen.
want to, of course. Yeah.
Right. So this one was actually an actual project. I think Jesse might have to unshare his screen. Or okay.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Let me see if I could do this while I able to navigate this thing here.
Right. So this was project for NFLP. Had to do with financial literacy. Came up with 7 games. I had to come up with 7 games. All with categories for dealing with money and stuff like that. And all were built in HTML. And I used a script, a library called Riot.js, which is kind of like React, but it's more simpler and more easier to use. And one of these games was this game called Budget Dash. What it is basically is that you are Billy. The graphics were done by Evolve New Media. I just did the mechanics, and basically what it was that Billy would race from start to finish, and what you had to do is actually buy a bunch of stuff within the budget and on a specific set of time, and you would move Billy from one end to the other. The aim is to really just buy essential stuff without having to go overboard, and without having to lose any set of points as well too. And the the winner is obviously the guy or the person to actually get from A to B without having to go over budget. Right? So as you can see, every time it picked, you would buy essential stuff that each one have a cost to it, and you just keep buying until you reach the end of the scenario. Again, all of it done using HTML5 and CSS and JavaScript, and in this case, I was using something called Riot.js, which is helps. It also helps too because it was data. This is actually data driven because the items and stuff like that, and the icons and the items to buy and the costs and stuff are all taken from a Google Sheet. So I'm using a Google Sheet as a data source, that spits out a JSON, and the wire.js consumes the JSON and builds this game structure, and it it would just made it kind of easier to replicate and do other stuff with it. There's a bunch of other games that I did. It's all at games.nflp.org.tt. But this one out of all of them had like the better graphics and stuff, and it was kind of like more fun to actually make because it actually has a lot more audio and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they could hear the audio.
I don't think we can, but it looks good, man. It looks really nice.
Yeah. Right. Oh, they also have a like a scoreboard that I run using Lumen or Laravel. So it's a PHP MySQL scoreboard, and it takes the scores and stuff for all the games and in one. Right, so that's my own.
I know that Jesse already know, but it's I think I probably
Yes, I am ready now. Everything is
like can you just like check out the chat just because I think you got some feedback too, just to make sure.
The current
Just
game,
double
I
check
like
that.
data powered so they configure things. What's the hardest part of that setup? The hardest part of that really was with this particular game, I think the hardest part was being able to animate the character and calculate and and like have it do the algorithm to actually move it to or advance it each time based on the amount of points and the amount of what I could say multiple choice questions and answers needed to reach the end. So I think that was the hardest part there. Other than that, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. It's basically like using an image slider in like you normally build in websites, image slider, and except that it's just this one big long image, and you just slide it across. You programmatically slide it across each time the user answers correctly, so to speak. Yeah, that's it.
Nice, cool. Yeah, sure. Thanks again, Kenny. Jesse, you wanna?
all right. I am back. Everything is sorted. Thanks to Control Alt Delete. This you save the day once again. Okay, let's see how this. All right. Give me a minute. And no. So okay, just give me 1 minute here. Okay. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. So this is wait, why there's no sound? Doesn't matter. Anyway, so this is the game here. So the door is fixed. When they play on the when it was playing on the Jam version, what happened is that it tends to have a bug where sometimes it will loop. So and that had been now fixed. I spent a while fixing it. I could confirm that with 95% sure because I don't really know why I say 95% is because sometimes there's 5% that I might think might still go wrong, but I'm 95% sure this would work. So, for example, I could choose middle. I'm not sure why there's no sound though, but anyway, right? Yep, it works, and then that's it, right? I could even choose right, and it will probably go to the end. Oh my god, this jokes. Sorry if I'm laughing at my joke, it's just that. Yes, try and do hard testing. So actually, I'll answer that in the end. Right? And then left. Right. So once you go there, everything it will end. So how the logic works? Basically, this is my initial one, and this is one that currently do. Initially, what I do is I try to use true and false, where if one is true, it meet. If it's true, false, it, and so on. But I realized that it kind of that entwine, it kind of not treated kindly. So I did the most roundabout, crude, ghetto, roundabout method ever, which is I treat left, which is I give every door a value. So it will be 1, so left will be 1, middle will be 2, right will be 3, and if everything which add up to 6, and if everything add up to 6, it will then go to this one. If it's 5, then it will loop to middle, if it's 1, and so on. It's crude. I know there's some programmers but be shaking their heads at like, what kind of button is this? But it works. So that's all that matters. Right? And then once you go here, you enter up to the office of the parish priest, right? And then you have this. This is a public domain. Yeah, this is a public domain image, right? Yeah. Okay, and then let me just hit that here. And this is the plot where you will laugh. Yes, thank you. This is the part where you will laugh, and they just, yeah, he just, because the narrator was kind of expecting something, expecting like something will happen because you stop mid-sentence, and then it's like, yes, you want the bell? Yeah, sure, it's right in the back, and then it's like, you just lose it. Yeah. Well, I have 1 minute left, so I can't really show much what happened. Right? And then he just, yeah, that's it. And then you just lose it. Oh God. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah. I'm sorry if I'm laughing because when I was writing it, I kind of also laugh at it as well. But yeah, that's basically my update. The door is fixed. And that's about it. What next for me is I am currently working on the antagonist. For a little bit. I'm not going to share it, but I will share it hopefully by next month, which will be released then. So that's it for me. Is there any question? Does it have testing? Yes. So it have what you call debug mode, where I could look into, and actually it's useful because I could now run it and see what is missing. For example, if I do not have clicker pen, it will tell me if it's missing also with the audio library, sometimes I tend to misname it and they will tell me that, hey, there's an error. So that has helped me in debugging. But the playtesting, now I could playtest it in Twine, but the problem is that it will not run sounds and audio as well as images. So to do that, I have to export it to HTML, play it on my browser, and that's it. Right? Yes. Done it better than perfect? Exactly. Any more questions?
I think that's it. But yeah, it's interesting. I think also I know some people may not have like followed through all the show and tells. This is something like Jesse did in a game jam and kind of polished and continued it almost every iteration. That's just one last question, I guess. How long have you been working on this?
Oh, I've been working on it. Hold on. I think it was February. Let me check. Let me just give a quick check and see.
So like
I think it was in February. February. So now it would be 2 months, but I'm actually on the home stretch. So let me just see. Let me just check and see. Right. So it's about a month ago now. Well, a month and a week, a month and about 75 days from now. So I've been working on it for like a month. And hopefully by May, I'm not going to tell you the date. It is kind of a special date, but by May I should be done. And I should have it released. I did actually have a trailer plan, which I supposed to have it for this one, but because of time, I cannot do it. Let's just say if you're laughing with the game, you probably will laugh in the trailer too. So yeah. Or maybe I will show it in the May show and tell. Depending on how much time. Yeah. But yeah, that's it.
Nice, man. All right. It's cool. I think this is everyone. If I'm missing, you just let me know. But I think that's everyone. So just want to say thanks for coming in and presenting and giving feedback. For everyone who presented, and I'll have some links, but be sure to share links, and I'll put it in the description on YouTube. And for those who missed this and watching YouTube video, thanks for coming out. This is Jammin Show and Tell, and see you all next month as well. Oops, sorry, let's make sure.
Yep, we got somebody else.
Yeah. Oh, sure. After I'm done doing my beautiful close up, yeah, Glen, go through, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't want
Right from the script too, but yeah, go ahead. I don't mind seeing it again. It's all good.
I'm just running and just.
No, go through, man. Go through.
Yeah, so evening, everyone. If it's evening where you are, yeah, I kind of just popped in when I saw the alert come in. I'm Glen, indie developer. I'm actually from Jamaica. A couple of you guys would have been in the JJD server. I'm a mod over there, aka the loudest member. I'm just gonna share my screen really quick. So what I'm showing is my pet project for like the past year plus. So I think it's approaching 2 years at this point in time. It's called Questlike Pocket. It's built in HTML5 using Phasal Community Edition as a base, and I wrap it using Cordova, and it's currently available on the Android, on the Google Play Store. Yeah, so that's the game itself. Use a lot of plugins for Android functionality, but right now I test in the browser. Core gameplay is based around time, so can pick a monster to hunt. Did this just bug out on me? Yes, it did just bug out on me. Got to love
That's
Murphy.
because it's a demo.
Got to love Murphy. Wow. This was literally working.
Funny poster too, I promise.
Hang on. Let me see, where is this breaking? Oh, I know why it's breaking. Let's see if it plays nicer. Alright, so yeah, start up the game. It loads. While it's awkwardly loading to some other backend stuff. It uses Firebase for the backend, so all player data is stored there. Using Firebase auth for login. So if I go back to the page here, it will check for a user ID. If it doesn't, it does the auth and then stores the ID in localhost. And then loads. Can you guys hear? All right.
Not sure if I can hear the app, but I can hear. Yeah, we can see the screen and I'm hearing your voice well, but I'm not sure if I can hear the app.
How about now? Hearing anything now or not?
Don't think so. Not for me, at least. Anyone else?
All right.
Well, yeah, for me.
All right, no worries. Let's see if this will actually load for me now. Cool. Yes, so it works now. So counts in and tabs come in from left and right, and you, the player, have to basically time the attacks. And there's a score at the top of the screen, and depending on how well you can time stuff, it'll grade you. You complete the hunt, you get XP, get monster drops. There's some integration for ads, reward ads, and yeah, that's the general gist of the game. And craft new gear. And one of the things that I'm working on right now in the build that's not live is charms, which are just further craftable modifiers that you can equip and unequip for changing of your score. The idea is to kind of extend the design a little bit, so it's a little bit more fun, because some of the feedback that I'm getting is that after a little while it's tedious. Each monster has their own, set of weaknesses, and the weapons themselves can be used against different ones for greater efficacy. And yeah, it's just a bunch of different hub worlds, different monsters, different characters that come in and give you feedback on certain stuff. And the idea behind the game was just something that can kind of slot into your daily life, and you can play for like 5 minutes and make progress and move on. Another thing that I try to update for this build is a daily activity, which is the guild. Unlike other score features in the game, which are local, this one uses it's a shared score. So pretty much everyone who's playing was going to be playing against this score. If they beat it, it gets saved. So the training dummy, Sweet the Earth Stab. If I select the Earth Stab weapon, let me just make sure I can actually win. Alright, yeah, select the Earth Stab weapon. I'm trying to score hard on that. If I do, I get stuff. Or I should. Yeah, cool. Scored an A, new score, finish up that. Yeah. And now if you go here, it should have updated, it didn't, because of course it didn't. But yeah, now I have stuff, more guild tokens to craft. But yeah, that's the game. That's it. I don't know if there's any other questions. Yeah, I did all the illustration. So I'm the face and fingers behind it. No, the ads aren't part of the Phaser library. The ads are a different service entirely. I'm using, what am I using? I'm using TapDAC as the mediation service. They allow you to integrate a bunch of different ad providers. So it would have been like Google AdMob, Unity Ad Services, and Tapjoy. Those are my three providers, and I have them set up in a waterfall method. So it does a call out to see if there is an ad available in one. If there isn't, it goes to the next one. I did not want to join Phase 3, and I'm very, very, very against Phase 4. My main issue is that the primary dev behind it seems to be doing like huge sweeping architectural changes with each iteration, and I was just very comfortable with CE, which was Phase 2 at the time, and yeah, I wasn't ready to learn an entire new framework just to prototype ideas. Yeah. You let go of Phase after 2. Yeah, I just learned enough and just moved on. I just kept on iterating on it and then integrate what I need and move on. Yeah. If there's no other questions, that's it for me.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I know that I'll share that link on the Play Store as well. Yeah, you can share the links for that on any links you have, Glen, on the show and tell chat, and let people follow along on the Discord group and everything. So yeah, I think okay, yeah, so this might be the actual goodbyes, and anyone definitely be sure to speak your piece now, but to say thanks once again. Also really good demos. I think it's always good. I won't lie to tell you that knowing that that people will be going to demo today is like, hey, make sure I have some stuff in order. So can he links, and he's already deployed things. I was like, all right, cool. Make sure I put things in place and keep the game dev habits, continue and growing. So yeah, once again, thanks. Hoping to see you all next month. Jammin's next show and tell, and big changes coming up for Jammin soon in terms of design and presence, and even like time and personnel to grow the community. So yeah, all those things coming up in due time. And yeah, I'm happy game deving, everyone. Take care.
All right, later.
All right, laters. Hope you have a good night.